Welcome to the Dan Casper Show podcast, your chance to catch the full show anytime, anywhere. If you missed it live on the radio, no worries. We've got you covered with all the sports talk, opinions, interviews, and conversations from the show. From the Packers to the Brewers to the biggest stories in sports and around Wisconsin, it's all right here. This is the Dan Casper Show podcast. Halftime is over with, kids. We're on to the third quarter. Thanks for hanging out with us. Depending on where you're, I shouldn't say depending, no matter where you're listening to us from or however you're listening to us. We got a busy 8 o'clock hour, so let's jump right into it. Let's kick it off with a little cream of the crop, Brandenburg. Who is your cream of the crop? I'll go first.
Yeah, because I actually literally did not think about this. So
After I just said it how many times?
I know.
In the second quarter, for crying out loud. Don't know if it's going to be the case, but if it is, Alex Ovechkin, cream of the crop.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Could be it.
Could be it. So I'm going with him. So
Could be it. You know what? This one's a little old, but I'm still going to do it anyway. On the hockey front, I'm going to go with the Buffalo Sabres.
Okay.
Just make the playoffs. They had like one of the longest streaks of not reach the playoffs. And that franchise has been irrelevant for so long.
Mm-hmm.
But like to see them not only getting back to the playoffs, but being a division champ, like it's for a market that will always support a team, especially when it's good.
Yeah.
Like it's just cool to see that. Like they have like it's been like 20 years at least since that franchise has been relevant.
Mm-hmm. Maybe since Dominic Hasek.
And Miroslav Shatan and all those guys. But like it's just cool to see a team like that back in the mix.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to do local sports right now? Are you ready to do that? Or do you want to do their AGM on Pump the Brakes?
We can pump the brakes first. Let's switch it up.
All right. You want to do Pump the Brakes?
Yeah. Switch it up.
Calling an audible. We call that
change
audible.
it up.
We change it up. Anybody? Mighty Ducks 2. D2.
Thank you.
The better of the Mighty Ducks.
I actually agree.
Do you really?
I do. Especially when I was a kid. I felt that way when I was a kid. But
Yeah.
It
was my favorite as a kid. It still is my favorite of the three.
Like, that's something I've thought of for like a top 5 of like sequels that were better than the originals.
Rocky 2. I'm counting Rocky 2, not the other Rockies. We're like the second
one.
Like,
because D2 would be one for me. I would say Ghostbusters 2.
Ooh.
I like Ghostbusters 2.
I don't know if I can do it. I like Ghostbusters. I don't know.
There is no.
So it's kind of weird. The Marshmallow Man's a staple, though.
He is. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man's fantastic.
Yeah. I don't know if I can.
You may not
That's
be able.
very debatable.
Okay.
It's close. It's very close for a sequel because not many sequels are very good. That's
right. If nothing else, it's a good sequel.
Yeah. What are some other ones off the top of our heads?
Ooh.
Not Major League 2, even though I think it's underrated.
I think it's better than maybe some people think, but still.
And a lot of it is Tanaka.
Maybe they could have got Wesley Snipes.
That too.
No
the other
offense, Omar Epps. I think he did well.
Yeah, but Wesley's. Whenever you have a character change, but it's the same character, or actor change, but it's the same character, it's
tough.
Like, yeah.
I also like Rube Baker.
Yeah,
I like Rube Baker.
And
Parkman. Like
you gotta.
I like me some Jack Parkman.
And then it's Randy Quaid is
right, and then the people they added for the second one, I thought was good.
Yep.
It's just I mean,
what are some other sequels? There's so many sequels, and I'm just blank. Not Men in Black 2. Nope. I have to think about that one because it's one of those that there's so many, but now I'm just blanking off.
Yep.
Well, a lot of people I'm not an expert in this, but feel like Empire Strikes Back for Star Wars
could be. Yeah, I'm not much of a Star Wars expert either. So, but
I can't do that one. So, was Wrath of Khan in Star Trek a sequel? God. Okay, now we're going down a wormhole.
Sure are
here. So, all right. That is a good podcast idea. Can you remember that next time when I ask you what should we do for?
And I just say, whatever.
Yeah, just,
Best sequels.
I don't know. I don't have any ideas. That's a good one because that actually requires some thinking.
But also, here's the thing. Let's not limit it to just movies.
Okay. Like bringing back TV shows?
No, but it's just like I don't know. Like, I think you could figure out a sequel to something. Like, what if you really like New Coke? as a sequel.
Oh, okay.
I just want to keep it open-ended because I feel like that's when we're at our best.
That's true. So really quick, I just, because we're off on a tangent right now, I did Google best sequels, and this is straight from IMDb.
Okay.
Based off ratings. Godfather Part 2.
Yeah.
Rocky 2 is the second best.
There we go. Yeah, you're on it. You're on it.
Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. I
would not be an expert on that, but that's not surprising.
Yep. Superman 2, 1980.
Okay.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I did think about Indiana Jones, but I wasn't sure. Again, I've seen the movies, but I couldn't tell you what was first, second, or third. Ooh. Dark Knight. Of that series. We got, of that particular one.
Right, because obviously there's different iterations of Batman.
Like Batman Returns is the sequel to Michael Keaton's Batman in that genre, and the other two don't matter after that. But, okay, Dark Knight's solid.
Are you slandering the good name of Batman Forever?
Kind of. That had so much promise with the cast, and they just... Ooh, Back to the Future Part 2.
Yeah. Okay, these are all legit. Like, this is a good list.
Yeah. Wrath of Khan is second, by the way. Yeah. They got Christmas Vacation. So the National Lampoon series, is that the sequel?
I always thought European Vacation was the sequel.
I don't think that. Okay, so they've got some of these like Expendables 3. So
yeah, okay. Yeah, because I thought it went Family Vacation, European Vacation, Christmas, Vegas.
Now, this is from Rotten Tomatoes. The number one is Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
All right.
You will not get my vote for Aladdin 2 or A Lion King 2, though.
No. So, okay. Let's.
All right, well, this will be someday.
Ooh, I just thought of another one. Creed 2, because they go up against the Russians.
I was thinking of the band Creed when you said that.
Yeah, the sequel of Creed.
What was their big album? Like, trying to think of what was
Puddle, or there's the Clay, Human Clay. The thing,
yeah,
right? That one. I had it. I could picture it with arms wide open.
That was literally what I was thinking. By the way, have you ever heard the song Scott Stapp did back in the day for the Marlins?
Yes.
I love it.
What do you think of now when you think of Creed? I almost think of the Dallas Cowboys halftime.
Oh my gosh, that thing is amazing. Was it 2001?
I think
it is
so.
The most 2001 halftime show ever for that halftime of like the Thanksgiving game.
Take me
There's
higher.
Like people on like these like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. If you have not ever seen it, go to YouTube and search Dallas Cowboys Thanksgiving 2001 halftime Creed.
Yep. Pump the brakes.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
I really wish I had a transition from Pump the Brakes and to Full Throttle to Creed. Pump the Brakes, Full Throttle, Arms Wide Open is better than Take Me Higher.
It's just called Higher.
Oh, it was. Okay, yeah.
I'm going to pump the brakes on that.
Ooh.
I'm going to pump the
Which one, when it plays up, if you're at a local establishment and you've got a few beverages, which one are you most likely to just bust out the vocals for?
Higher.
I might go Arms Wide Open. It's a little slower. How many, Oh, that's tough. It's close.
There's also My Sacrifice. Not a bad Creed song either. Ooh. Throw that in the mix.
Are we going to do a top 5 Creed song?
I can't. I don't think I can go that far, but off the top of my head. But
oh, man. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think that was another top 5 we thought about. What were the songs that, or did we do it? When you're at an establishment and they come on.
I think we at one point had talked about like top 5 favorite we said karaoke songs, but kind of the same idea. Like if this song comes on, you got to sing it.
Yeah. Like Bon Jovi.
Halfway There, Living in Eau Claire. First time a friend of mine said that my life changed. I cannot hear that song and not sing Halfway There, Living in Eau Claire, even though I don't live in Eau Claire.
Yeah. Wow. All right, Pump the Brakes, Full Throttle is Mike Trout back.
I want it to be true. Like, I want just, like, one more Mike Trout year so, like a Hudson can just understand how good he was in his peak. Mm-hmm. I'm going to pump the brakes, though, because I'm going to be a cynic of I need to see it, like, for, like, 4 months.
Yeah.
but I want it to be true.
It's almost similar to the Yelich thing, isn't it? When Yelich kind of went down.
A little bit. I mean, I think Trout at his peak was better than Yelich, but still, like, yeah, where it's like you see it.
You asked Alexa who's the best baseball player, she would say Mike Trout. Remember that whole thing? It was like Mike Trout or Bryce Harper, I think it was the two.
But yeah, it's of that where it's like, man, just you still see the flashes.
Okay.
I was saying it's a little bit different for Trout though because he's at irrelevance with the Angels. Like at least Yelich is with a good team, even if it's still a smaller market team.
Are you surprised Trout hasn't been traded or moved on because of that?
Maybe, because I think he might have a no trade in there. Maybe he's just really happy. Where he is.
Yeah.
But and the thing too is like that's not an easy contract to move. So but I'm sure he could probably help his case if he had a healthy first 3-4 months.
Right.
Then you probably see teams maybe someone takes a swing at that, but yeah, it's unfortunate because you go back it's not that long ago he was the best player in the game.
Yeah. I mean, when it was a few years ago when they do the top 100 players, he was already top 20.
Yeah, like all time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
I want it to be true though.
So that's kind of where it was. The follow up I was going to. Is he almost on a similar plane than like what Ken Griffey Jr. was? Because Ken Griffey Jr.
Maybe that's actually maybe a decent comp. Where a guy who.
Because what do we say with Griffey? If he didn't get hurt, he might be the best player of all time.
Right.
If Trout didn't get hurt.
The difference is Trout hasn't gotten traded a couple times. Like he's just stayed at the same spot.
Right. But, numbers wise, and I know Griffey kind of bounced back, and I don't think Trout gets over 600 home runs by the time his career's done like Griffey did. But, center field defense, I mean, yeah.
Right.
It's still a big. How the heck is an Angels when you had Trout at his peak in Ohtani? Did you not do anything?
Well, Artie Moreno. That's ownership matters.
I mean, can you
My goodness. Like, that's literally at that point, that's like a fantasy draft of like, we'll just take those two players.
Right.
And then you still can't do anything.
Right.
I mean, obviously it goes to show it takes more than just, a couple players, but still, like, the margin of error when you have those guys to build around them is a lot higher.
Yeah. It's just, because I remember always picking the Angels when we would do our picks, like, Angels, it's got to be finally the Angels. They got too many players, and I think it was funny that one year, didn't they draft all pitchers?
Yes. I think it was.
It's like, you kind of know what their weakness is at that point. But, I feel kind of bad for Angels fans during that time.
Right.
Like, we had peak Trout and Ohtani, and we didn't do anything. Ohtani at his young, and is it pump the brakes full throttle? Is Ohtani a better player now than maybe what he was with the Angels?
Probably, but it's not like he even if he was at like 90% of what he is now, like, come on, that's still a top player.
Right. So, all right, pump the brakes full throttle. Let's go to let's stay with baseball. Pump the brakes full throttle. Did we overlook the Minnesota Twins?
I will say pump the brakes for now. Like, I think they're going to be better than maybe a lot of people thought,
including their fans.
But look, I don't blame the fans for their reaction to the poll ads. I absolutely do not. Let's get out of April and kind of see, because in the past we've seen examples of teams that have come out hot and then it kind of went away. But this team does have some young talent with it, so I want to see them hang around though. Like I'd like to see them kind of give fans there a reason to be to cheer and go to the ballpark and stuff like that. Baseball is such a long year that you can kind of look at any stretch of time. But look, what they did to like Garrett Crochet was legit. They pummeled him after he, we saw what he did against the Brewers.
Yeah.
But I will change my tune if we get to the beginning of June and they're still where they are.
I think that's fair. Yeah, I'd agree with you. Really quick, because a different Brandon had chimed in for a pump the brakes full throttle. We got to go back to Creed.
Oh boy. Okay.
Pump the brakes full throttle. Creed is better than Nickelback.
Full throttle.
Why do people hate Nickelback?
It's not that I hate Nickelback.
No, I'm just because everybody.
I think part of it is just maybe at a certain time they were just way overplayed, or just they were everywhere. I guess maybe would be the better way to say it. So you kind of just inevitably get that. And look, if you're going to be super popular in rock music, pop music, it's one of those things where it's like, do you want to be popular or do you want to be like, I don't say influential, but it's like, I'm trying to think of a really good example for this. Like, McDonald's makes the best hamburger, but that doesn't, or sells the most hamburgers, but it doesn't mean they make the best hamburger, kind of a thing.
Okay.
Where, look, millions of people go to McDonald's every day and eat, and they like their food and stuff. But if I asked you, like, who makes the best burger, would you say McDonald's?
So is Nickelback the Dallas Cowboys?
I don't want to be the one to make that comparison. Is Nickelback the McDonald's? Like, there's so many things we could do this in, like different categories of stuff. But that's just kind of the way I view it, where it's like they were successful, and you can't dispute they were successful, but can you dispute that they're like great with music? But it's like, yeah, but if they're successful, does that mean they're great?
I like some of their songs.
Yeah, then that's it. Like. Yeah. I would like, just for my personal preference, though, I think I would still rather listen to Creed. But that's just me. Maybe if I was born 4 years later.
I'll answer it this way. I had a Creed album. I did not have a Nickelback album.
Okay.
But I did have the Spider-Man album that Chad Kroeger in high school, Hero.
They say a hero could save us.
Yeah, with Josie Scott.
Yes.
I did have that album. But I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, that's an interesting question.
It is good. But it does confound me sometimes. Why do people hate Nickelback so much? Is it, yeah.
I mean, just musically, maybe they just aren't up their alley, kind of a thing. Like,
because, I mean, come on. When we were all in college or high school, we all busted out the vocal cords for, look at this photograph.
I like that you also did the...
because I love the T-shirt that has the photograph of him holding a photograph to hold a photograph.
Infinity shot?
Yes. Oh, all right. Good one. Thank you, the other Brandon, for that. Let's go to... I did have another baseball one. Let me bring it up. I have too many windows open up right now, so I got sidetracked here. Pump the brakes, full throttle, Brandon. Oh, no, sorry, I got sidetracked again. Pump the brakes, full throttle. The most disappointing team in Major League Baseball so far is the Mets.
Full throttle.
Mm-hmm.
I think more was expected. Like, as good as the Dodgers have been, and we expect them to be, the Mets have not been.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean... Yeah, same rules apply, like, long season. I expect them to be there in the end, but...
I would say they're more disappointing than Boston. I know people were high on Boston this year.
I picked them to go to the World Series.
Yeah. And then, Seattle's at 8-12, and a lot of people had them coming out of the AL too. So, but right now with what's expected in that. So the follow-up I'm going to ask you this, the reason I started that off was, who's sweating more? David Stearns or Craig Counsell?
I'm leaning towards Stearns because Counsell's, I think, year 3 of his 5-year deal. Like, it's still like both teams, I think, are going to still be there in the end. But like,
say both missed the postseason though.
Yeah.
Who's in bigger trouble?
I think Stearns then, because obviously because the Cubs did win a series last year in the postseason, beating the Padres. So like, I think Stearns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it is you got a vocal owner who goes on Twitter to vent his frustrations at times.
And they've spent money. And this offseason, I would say, was really the first time maybe that you saw the David Stearns fingerprints of kind of things you saw in Milwaukee. Mm-hmm. As far as kind of overhauling that team, letting Pete Alonso go, who's an incredibly popular player, like kind of starting to build that team in his image. And, well, if that image isn't successful...
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I still feel like the Cubs, even if they miss the playoffs, the Ricketts family would not fire Counsell after this year, unless it went really bad.
Right. I would like to hear from Cubs fans. How much do they miss Rossi right now?
And well, then that's tough too, because like the connection is there. Where like I don't know how like David Ross, I think maybe had his faults as a manager. But
did he get enough time?
But he hasn't
gotten another opportunity either.
Right.
So
but then there's also obviously the connection with the team itself. It's a bit in some ways it's a bit like Counsell with the Brewers. Obviously he wasn't from there, but like it was the more of just like, oh, that's the manager kind of a thing.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I that to me is going to be really fast. I don't think both are going to miss the playoffs, but if they do, could those two team up to another team? And if they both get let go and like, hey, small market team, maybe we need to go back to that or something. But I don't know. Stearns, I feel like is a little bit more under pressure because that's his favorite team. That was his hometown team, sort of thing.
And that's almost kind of why, like, if it doesn't work out for him, I would kind of feel a little bit bummed for him because, like, come on, you get a chance to go and like it'd be like if Craig Counsell went to manage the Brewers and they sucked.
Yeah.
Like,
but then you say that the dream job for him was the Cubs, which is kind of weird, but
it is. But
to each their own, I guess.
Yep.
But yeah. Pump the brakes, full throttle. When it comes to the NFL draft, we had Brett Veach or one of the GMs said there's going to be a lot of trades in the first round. Pump the brakes, full throttle. We're going to see more than 3. We'll put the line at 2.5. How about that?
Would it be 3.5 then?
What?
You said more than 3.
I said more than 3, but I said let's go 2.5, just so we don't say push.
I'll go full throttle.
Okay.
Oh, but I'm just saying more than 3.
I misspoke.
You did, yeah. But I'll say more. I'll say pump.
I'll put the line at 2.5.
Throttle. I'll full throttle. I'll say there's more.
I'm gonna pump the brakes. I don't
think
feel
there'll
like
be a little bit of movement there.
I don't. Who's the guy? Who are the guys that?
You don't know?
I mean, you got teams that already have multiple first rounders in this thing. Which Dallas, Cleveland, Jets, Kansas City. I think
there's going to be some movement. I
think we're going to see a 2015 again, where everybody thought there was, and
by the end of the first round, my feet hurt.
Yeah,
because we're standing on concrete for 7 hours.
7 hours straight. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll be surprised, but I felt like that kind of last year too. Nobody really expected Travis Hunt, like Jacksonville, to trade up and get that. And then didn't the Giants trade back up to get Jackson Darts? Was that a trade they moved back up in? I can't remember. How many trades there were in the first round last year.
I'm on it.
Okay. You look that up. So, all right. Let's do one more. Pump the brakes, full throttle for you, Brandon. Pump the brakes, full throttle. Is Alex Ovechkin a top 5 NHL player of all time? And I have a comp.
I'm going to pump the brakes.
Okay.
I think he's a top goal. Obviously, he is a top goal scorer. But like as an overall player, I'm trying to think of guys I would put in front of him. Gretzky.
So would you put Sidney Crosby ahead of him?
I would, but obviously I'm biased. But like as an overall player, and look, Crosby's teams have had more success. I don't want to fully factor that in there. I think because obviously, they always won a cup, so he's in the conversation because of that.
Is he the Aaron Rodgers of the NHL?
Potentially, as very prolific, won a championship. Now it's kind of the opposite because Rodgers won his right away. Ovi won his later, so that kind of changes maybe just if nothing else the optics of it a little bit. That's a fair comp, I think.
It's hard. Gretzky, Gordie Howe, or
I would put Lemieux above him.
Ooh, okay.
I would, but again, I'm biased.
Okay, I should say ooh, like oh my god, it's sort of thing. But I don't know what we got to take a break, but I feel like hockey wise, do goalies kind of because when we talk about like best baseball players of all time, we hear a lot of the position players get the first few picks, if you will. Are goalies kind of like the pitchers?
A little bit.
Do you know what I'm trying to say from a comparison standpoint? Where, all right, well, pitchers just throw the ball, where goalies just have to stop the puck. Whereas, you got other players there.
Well, you get a hot goalie in the playoffs, you get a hot pitcher in the playoffs kind of thing. Yeah. By the way, first round of the NFL draft, there were 4 trades.
Last year?
But 3 of them happened after the Packers and Vikings picked. The Giants moved up for Dart. The Falcons moved up with James Pierce. And at the end of the first round, the Eagles and the Chiefs swapped, and the Eagles drafted Jihad Campbell. The Chiefs drafted Josh Simmons.
Okay.
And with the last 2 picks of the first round. So That's probably why. Like 3 of them happened after we had already kind of
checked out.
Checked out a little bit, maybe.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got to take a break. We're running a little behind here, so we'll do some local sports roundup coming up after these quick words. Baseball is back, and that means one thing. It's also brat season. So swing on into Mike's Star Market and stock up for game day the right way. From a fresh and wide variety of flavorful brats to all the fixing that you need to fire up the grill to feed the whole crew. Whether you're tailgating, backyard grilling, or you're just catching the game at home, nothing says baseball like brats on the grill. Make every pitch, every inning, and every bite count. That's Mike's Star Market in Eau Claire, your home for brat season. You can't take him anywhere. For crying out loud. You got it there, I got your mic on. You can talk if you want.
Well, I know, but I'm just focused right now. And
let me see. People are probably getting
you're getting seasick.
Seasick. Look at that, straight on shot. I'm going to take a picture so you can see what it looks like while you do some. Look at that. Yeah. Right on you. All right, let's do some local sports roundup brought to you by Carpet City Flooring Center. Brandon, where do you want to lead off first?
Ooh, let's start with baseball.
Do I have the right? You got to put your mic in front of you.
I actually have to talk into the microphone. Let's start with baseball.
All right. So where do we got? I know we had some games yesterday.
Yeah,
was
we
it
did.
kind of adjusting?
We actually had some halfway decent weather this week, so people are getting out playing. So that's pretty sweet. In the Big Rivers, Chippewa Falls took both of their games against Eau Claire Memorial. Went 9 innings last night. Exciting. I think it was 5-4 final, if I remember correctly. Got to double check on that. It sure was. So 5-4 there. So this is the start of the conference season there. Hudson, they're a powerhouse, and taking a couple from Eau Claire North to start out the festivities there. So that's Hudson. They're usually a lot of times you don't necessarily establish a favorite. Mm-hmm. There's a couple teams that could be for me. It's probably Hudson. I mean, they went state last year. They shared the conference with New Richmond. But that's a team that brings back some real firepower there. So that would be the route I would think. So
okay.
But we're gonna have some big matchups there coming up there in the Western Clover Belt. Eau Claire Regis picking up a couple wins over McDonald this week. Bloomer picking up a couple over Stanley Boyd. Elk Mound and Fall Creek split in there too. Fall Creek had an exciting walk-off win on Tuesday. Fall Creek came back last night with a big 17-1 win there. So right now you've got, we're only 1 week into a lot of these baseball conferences. So, I mean, really probably too close to kind of say anything definitively yet. Besides, there's going to be some good teams around here. I know that for sure. But that's something within the next week or two, I think, where we're really going to start to be able to kind of see who emerges as kind of the heavy hitters. So softball, we got a couple weeks worth in. So, on the Big Rivers end this week, Chippewa Falls taking care of a couple games against Menominee. Last night, Eau Claire Memorial picking up the 4-2 win over Rice Lake, and New Richmond 9-2 over Eau Claire North. So the standings right now, I believe you got New Richmond up top. They are that they've really kind of been a prime contender atop the conference the last several years. I mean, that's a team that really, since they've come into the Big Rivers, and that was already 5 years ago, but they've gone to state. They've been really good. They're right now they're unbeaten in the conference. You got Chippewa Falls hot on the heels, Menominee, Eau Claire Memorial in the mix. So and a really good run differential for the Tigers. So that's going to be a matchup, and that'll be coming up here within the next few weeks when New Richmond and Chi-High match up. That's going to be might be kind of an early season jockeying for position one there. So in the Western Clover Belt, you got a pair of teams that are still unbeaten in conference play with McDonald and with Stanley Boyd. Both picked up some large wins last time. McDonald swept a doubleheader with Cadott, and Stanley Boyd defeated Thorpe. So those two, and Bloomer as well. I mean, Bloomer is still unbeaten in Western Clover Belt. Oh, no, sorry, my mistake. Stanley Boyd beat Bloomer, but still, they've got the one loss in there. They picked up the win over Fall Creek last night, so Bloomer is hot on the heels in there as well. I mean, those are, not surprisingly, I think those are three teams that all are experienced. Mm-hmm. They have really good lineups top to bottom, teams that can, swing with the best of them when it comes to putting the bat on the ball, and also got some experienced pitchers too. So, those three teams will really start playing each other a lot more here in the coming weeks, and I think you're going to, kind of see who emerges from that. I'm going to be really interested to see because, again, a lot of good teams there. So Dun St. Croix last year, it was Colfax, and they remain a team to beat in that league. They're going to be, I think, not just in Dun St. Croix play. They picked up the 15-0 win over Chautauqua Weyerhaeuser last night, but a team that in Division IV postseason, they might be, maybe seeing a team like a McDonald again in the postseason. They met in a really good game last year in the sectional semis. So, but yeah, Mother Nature cooperating, giving us a bunch of games. The more games we get to see, the more we get to learn about these teams. So that's what I'm excited about and looking forward to.
Yeah. So we got that going on. I know we've got golf's been going on too.
Yeah, we've gotten some Clover Belt matchups under the way, and Bloomer very strong in that. They won again last night. They were over at Whitetail in Colfax, so they've been really strong off the bat. They've got some experience back, but that's a conference. I think you're going to have a couple teams that might make a run in the postseason as well. I think of a team like a Cadott in Division III who brings back pretty much its entire lineup. A lot of experience there as well. Fun thing about golf throughout the spring is you'll actually see tournaments where you'll see, a Bloomer going up against, some teams from the big rivers and stuff like that, because golf is one of those sports where you can do that. So, once we get a little bit further, I think really more into May, there's some of those tournaments. I know like up in Hayward, there's always a big 2-day tourney where you've got
that Big Fish,
okay. And I think just Hayward golf in the aptly named Hayward Golf Club up there too. So, but that's always fun when you kind of get to see some of the really good teams of different sizes match up, because golf's one of those sports you can do that.
Right. Soccer.
Yeah, girls soccer. We've had a little bit of action getting going. Conference season for everyone's underway, but really I think within the next week that really gets into full swing. So we'll know. It's a bit like baseball where it's kind of started, but one more week and we're really no pun intended kicking.
And
so
it's kind of tennis would be same.
Yeah,
boys
tennis. We're going. I mean, Big Rivers were really kind of hopping in there as well. So middle border as well. So,
not to. Oh, go ahead.
No.
I know it's a fall sport, but Menominee announced their new head coach, and he's actually a Chi-Hi native, right? Mitch Olson.
Yeah, familiar. Former standout for Chi-Hi. Great, I believe, running back for Emory. It was a little before my time. So, but yeah, he had a lot of success down at La Crosse Central. So, and obviously being able to chance to get a little bit closer to home, a program he's familiar with. I mean, that's somebody that obviously he was on the other end of that rivalry when he was a player, but also, but at the same time knows, what, Menominee football, kind of what it is. Like it's,
right.
It's one of the more, it's got a ton of history with it, and makes that first matchup for the series with the rivalry with Chippewa Falls interesting, knowing that he'll be going up against his old coach Chuck Reagan.
That's what I was just going to say. I mean, so they've got to be pretty familiar with each other.
That'll be interesting, I think, when that time comes. But that's that's fun. That kind of one of those things that adds to the rivalries and all that good stuff. So
right, exactly. So. And do you want to do another plug here for? I know you got some more articles coming up with Jack. Coming up.
Yep,
for the
I've got a couple coming up.
So.
So right now on the website, chippa.com, I've got my first piece, which just kind of touches base on a couple different interesting things about Jack. So maybe if you're not too familiar with who Jack Strand is, Bloomer graduate who had a great career at Minnesota Moorhead as a quarterback, and now next weekend looking like he could potentially be a day 3 draft pick. If not that, then undrafted free agent somewhere. But got a chance to talk with him and a bunch of people around him, and my first piece is up there. I've also got one of the things with me, and maybe when I'm at events I have a tendency to take too many photos, but then I can do things like put together photo galleries of people when they do really good things and say, hey, here's him when he was playing baseball when he was a freshman, that kind of stuff. So that's up on chippa.com, and there'll be a lot more coming up here earlier in the early part of next week as well. So
okay, good stuff. For Blue Gold wise, let's kind of go through some of the stuff here on another busy weekend. Let's start. We got track and fields. They're going to be going on at the Phil Eston Challenge at La Crosse. So that's actually began a little bit yesterday, but continuing to roll along for today. We got tennis. Men's tennis is going to be taking on Stevens Point. We've got golf, men's golf at the Bobby Craig Invitational. Women's golf is going to be at Bethel University. Lacrosse, women's lacrosse is going to be at Augsburg University. Softball, they've got games going up against Platteville. So really quick schedule adjustment for Blue Gold baseball here. So for this weekend, for their upcoming series against Lacrosse, they were originally scheduled to play Lacrosse in a doubleheader tomorrow on Saturday. That has been moved to Monday, but Sunday's doubleheader will remain as scheduled. So they won't be in action tomorrow, but they will be in action on Sunday and Monday, just because with some of the forecasted weather that is going to be coming our way and such. So just a little bit of a note there from the from the Blue Gold side. It's a full up schedule here too for Stout as well. The women's golf team, they're going to be in Janesville for the Whitewater Spring Invite. Men's golf's going to be in Illinois for the Forester Spring Invite. We got flag football in action for UW Stout this weekend as well. Women's tennis is going to be taking on River Falls. Baseball is going to be taking on Stevens Point at Wakanda Park in Menominee. So, and then softball is going to be taking on Whitewater. So, another full up schedule here for both Stout and for the UW Eau Claire Blue Gold teams.
So what you're saying is the schedule is pretty busy.
It is. It's very busy all across the board. So, all right. That's your local sports roundup brought to you by Carpet City Flooring Center. We do have to take, we got to play a little catch up here.
Yeah, so we talk too much.
We talk too much. So we'll be taking a quick break, but we'll be right back in just a few minutes.
Oh.
I don't do for you. Cripping my style when I try to play DJ on Fridays.
When you brought up that you would be like playing 90s music, and I asked if we could do TV shows.
I know.
And I said, what was the first thing I said?
Step by Step.
Step by Step.
Is that your favorite TV show of all time?
No.
Okay.
That's the one I wanted to hear the most.
You kind of give me a little like Larry David vibes when you say, no. Do you know who that is?
Do I know who Larry David is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who Larry David is.
Well, some people don't, Brandon, so I just,
Well, they got to do their homework.
Okay. Were you a big Curb Your Enthusiasm guy, or?
I have no, but it's one of
Is it on your list?
It is.
Yeah.
I do really like Seinfeld, so.
Yeah.
I'm a Seinfeld guy.
It's weird now, so like when I watch reruns of Seinfeld and I hear random voices in the background, now I know, that's Larry David in the background, with a voice. And now I can't think of Steinbrenner character any different. So, yeah. Hey, don't yell at me, but we do got to take a break here in a couple minutes. I'll wait a couple more minutes because Brandon just talks way too much, and you can't get him to just be quiet. So,
I'll be quiet next hour.
Yeah, just chill out, dude. All right, chill out. But the Packers tailgate tour, those Lucky Ducks, they apparently were at the Field of Dreams. They're on the Field of Dreams, or were on the Field of Dreams. That's pretty sweet.
What are they doing down in Iowa?
They're doing their tailgate tour and taking over Iowa.
They should go take over Indiana.
That would have been funny, wouldn't it? Oh man, you haven't been to the Field of Dreams? I think I've asked you this.
I want to.
I want to too. So
I have a friend that was there and told me that I think it was a bar by there served hams.
I think you told me that.
Yeah.
I think you told me that one time. You probably did.
I think I did.
But no, it's definitely a place I want to go to.
Yeah.
And check out. So there's a lot of places I want to go to. I've got to actually like man up and do it.
You don't have any time to do anything.
That's true.
You golf like twice a year.
I know. That's got to change.
It does. This is the summer.
The summer.
Be the change you want to see.
Can I write that quote down? Be the change you want to see?
You can. I didn't come up with it, but.
Well, who did?
I don't know. I heard it somewhere else.
I don't know. Fortune cookie, probably. Be the change that you want to see.
Yeah.
That's.
Be the change you want to see, Dan.
That's inspirational. Go golfing more.
Go golfing with me more.
Go fishing more. Go golfing with you more so I feel better about my golf game.
Yes. Don't go with Justice then. No.
I can take Justice. I'm confident. I am trying to sell an old pair of clubs in case you're in the market.
I sold mine earlier this year. My old one. So.
Oh, earlier this year?
Earlier,
yeah. Mine are like Callaways from high school days. So I've just been holding on to them in case I ever needed a backup club. Right. And I'm like, nah. If I need a backup club, I'll just go buy a new set.
I have a putter. I have a Odyssey putter I don't use.
I know, and I'm jealous because I want that putter. I want that putter from you.
A few years ago when I got my new set of clubs, I kept my putter because this putter I've had for like 20 years I love and I'm good with.
So why are you keeping this Odyssey putter?
Moral support. It just sits in my bag.
I know.
With the little cover on it.
I know. So you look good.
Yep.
But
people say, "Oh, look at that Odyssey putter," and I bring out this little $30 Walmart putter from 2006.
Yeah.
And then I make like a 10-footer.
That just
Love that club.
grinds my gears.
That putter is my favorite club I have.
I know it. One time I golfed with you and I saw it sitting in there, and I'm like, "Son of a gun!" But I might be putting more in the studio than I do in the summer.
Yeah.
All right, let's take our final break here for this hour, and then we'll get into some draft talk coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. You look confused, confounded. You get this.
That's just how I always look.
You get this look on you that you have an idea on something. All right. Well, all right. We'll take a break and we'll wrap up the third quarter coming up after these few words.